All right, welcome into the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Kyle Shanahan spoke very, very early from Florida at the NFL owners meetings. Yesterday it was John Lynch meeting with the media. Today it was the head coach and Kyle Shanahan. A lot of big takeaways from what he had to say pertaining to Jimmy Garoppolo still being on the roster, not traded, and Deebo Samuel and all those trade rumors that have been swirling the last couple of days, which I think we can officially shut down. Now, here are the biggest takeaways from what Shanahan really had to talk about and elaborate on. He said, look, 49ers tried to trade away Jimmy Garoppolo because we believe Trey Lance can be the starter for this organization moving forward. He can envision Jimmy Garoppolo returning to the Niners roster, and there's been more Deebo Samuel assurance that he is not going to get dealt following the trades of Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams. There was a report the other day that we talked about here on the 49ers Report about the New York Jets being interested in some of the top wide receiving trade candidates out there, but John Lynch said, we don't plan on trading Deebo Samuel. He's been budgeted for. Jed York had retweeted a meme of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock that was sent out there by a 49ers reporter. Basically, the meme was anybody who's talking about a Deebo Samuel trade, Jed York retweeted that, and then Kyle Shanahan said what he had to say about Deebo Samuel as well. We'll unpack that a little bit later. So let's cover the basis with Trey Lance and Jimmy G right now and get to what Shanahan had to say about the former starting quarterback who still might be on the roster and maybe the future starting quarterback in Trey Lance. Quote from Shanny, that's why we looked into trading Jimmy Garoppolo, because we obviously believe that Trey Lance can be a starter, and we're ready to do that. But if we can't upgrade our team in another way, we're not just going to get rid of a good quarterback because we have other quarterbacks on the roster. We brought Trey here to be the starter eventually. I think that'll be sooner rather than later, but Jimmy gets his surgery, and we can't upgrade our team by getting some good picks until people feel good about that surgery that he underwent. I'm all right with that. Just getting rid of him to get rid of him. Jimmy's a good player that we all really like as a person and as a teammate. We're going to wait to see whatever helps the Niners the most. So when you really unpack what Shanahan had to say there and the verbiage that he used, I do understand why people are freaking out about the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is still on this roster. He hasn't been traded. He has a cap hit in 2022 of $25 million, and a lot of the fans would like to see that money allocated elsewhere to build this roster out to try to get back to the Super Bowl, which would be their second Super Bowl appearance in 4 years. But I get what you're saying, but even if Jimmy Garoppolo is on the team here in 2022, even if he's on the team come training camp, he's not going to be able to throw for the next 4 months since undergoing surgery. So Trey Lance is going to have ample opportunities to earn the starting quarterback role in OTAs, in minicamp, as well as in training camp until Jimmy Garoppolo can come back. So I believe that when you look at this quarterback situation right now in San Francisco, it is Trey Lance's job to lose. He's going to be able to prove himself through all of these offseason activities. And he's going to have some premier players who he's going to be able to throw the football to, and Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle. He's going to have the best left tackle in the game in Trent Williams and a really good running game at his disposal too. So when you kind of canvass what Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have said over the last couple of weeks, all signs still point to Trey Lance being the starting quarterback, and I think a trade of Jimmy Garoppolo is going to happen at some point, but the market really was diminished and it dried up because of all of the quarterback movement that happened across the National Football League, but also the shoulder surgery that he underwent, which really did damage his trade value on the trade market. Is bringing Jimmy Garoppolo back to the Niners bad for the locker room? That is the biggest question that I'm posing for you on today's show. Type B for bad, type F for fine. This is a topic of conversation because if you bring Garoppolo back, are you sending mixed messages to Trey Lance that he's not ready and that you don't believe in him? And you couple that with the fact that a lot of the players in this locker room really like Jimmy Garoppolo. So let me know in the comment section by typing a B for bad or an F for fine. Now, here we are at the end of March, which means the NFL draft coming your way in just a couple of weeks as we continue to ramp up our draft coverage here on the 49ers Report. Did a mock draft reaction on Monday, and you can rock the same hats that the 49ers draftees wear when they get drafted in Las Vegas from April 28th to the 30th. All you have to do is plug in that link down below. It's chatsports.com/49ers draft hats. I'm going to be honest, a lot of the other teams have awful designs. I actually really like this design for San Francisco. You can rock it flat brim Kyle Shanahan style or go with the dad hat style. A couple different styles available for you. You just have to plug in that link so that Fanatics knows that the 49ers Report sent you. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Now we shift to Deebo Samuel and what Kyle Shanahan had to say on top of the actions from Jed York and what John Lynch had to say. So John Lynch, back a couple months ago after the 49ers season had come to a close, had said that both Deebo Samuel and Nick Bosa have been budgeted for because they're both eligible for contract extensions, especially Deebo Samuel as he enters the final year of his rookie contract. Then Jed York on Monday retweeted a tweet with the Will Smith Chris Rock meme that basically had the meme stating, anybody who thinks that Deebo Samuel should get traded, they should get slapped. So Jed York, the owner of the Niners, retweeted that, so he wants Deebo Samuel on this roster. Then on Monday, after Jed York had retweeted that, John Lynch had said, we've had really good conversations with the reps for Deebo Samuel as well as Nick Bosa. Then Kyle Shanahan on Tuesday morning, when asked about giving Deebo a contract extension, said, quote, I recommend it. And it's easy to see why, because Deebo Samuel is trending in the right direction. The trajectory upwards in which he's moving in his NFL career really is special. And last year, he had one of the most marvelous and one of the most jaw-dropping offensive seasons that we've ever seen for any weapon outside of quarterbacks. You look at the receiving numbers, they were fantastic. 77 grabs, 1,400-plus yards, average yards per catch north of 18 with 6 touchdowns. How about what he did on the ground? Was he even better? I think you can make the argument he was even more impactful as a running back than a wide receiver, although he was terrific in both areas, on the ground and through the air. But his rushing stats, he put up numbers that we've never seen a wide receiver do as a running back. 56 carries, 365 yards, 8 touchdowns on top of the 6 receiving touchdowns, average yards per carry of 6. So Deebo Samuel was a game breaker. He was a game changer. He was a game alterer. When the 49ers needed to be bailed out, when they needed a big play throughout the 2021 season, Deebo Samuel came through, he showed up, he showed out, and he was terrific in doing so, and that's a big reason why he was in the running for NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and why I thought that he should have gotten more consideration for MVP. If you took him away from the roster, what would the 49ers offense look like? Not even close to what it was with Deebo Samuel on the field as an All-Pro and a Pro Bowler. So with Tyreek Hill receiving that historic contract, which is going to pay him $30 million per year, Devontae Adams right in that neighborhood, how much do you think the Niners should pay Deebo Samuel per year? What is the dollar figure going to be? I think it's going to be $25 to $30 million. Get your predictions in the comment section. And while you're down there, make sure you subscribe to the 49ers Report for year-round daily coverage covering all of the latest 49ers news and rumors. We're pushing out videos every day, and over the last few weeks, multiple videos per day because we're built different and we want to keep all of you informed. Hit that red subscribe button down below or in a separate browser. Go to youtube.com/49erstv. And just because I'm bringing you this video early on a Tuesday, still going to be going live a little bit later, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific as of now, and when we're live. I've been saying over the last couple of days, I'm giving shout-outs to all of you who give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Going to give you those shout-outs on today's live show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Turn those notifications on. Therefore, anytime we do go live or push out a video, you will be notified. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching today's show.